Hello everyone, my name is Andy Afolabi. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to attach together the rose pendant that I weave in my other video. To do this weaving, I'll put the link in the comment box so that you can watch the video first before you watch this one, so that you know how to weave them. In this video I'm going to show you how to attach them together this way. You can see how beautiful it's looking. So this is another version of it, so you can use different colors and different beads inside it. Just be creative with it. And so for today's, I'm going to use my monofilament fishing line 0.40. I'm going to use my rose. This is the size that have a hole. I have two perforated holes on both sides, down parts. Then I need the weaved petals. So I need my cutter too, and I need my needle. So let's get started. So I've cut a sizable length of my monofilament fishing line 0.40, and I've inserted the needle on both ends this way. So I'm going to start by putting in my weaved bead this way, from the down part from one side to another, just as if you are stranding a bead. That is how you are going to put all of them in the fishing line, but make sure they are facing the same direction. This way. This way. Just as if you are stranding a bead. So now I'm going to form a circle. Going to form a circle by tying a knot. So this is how I strand the petals. You can see all of them. You can see the way they are sitting. So I'm going to tie a knot twice or 3 times. Depend on what you want, depend on how you want them to sit. So I have tied a knot by bringing them together, and this is what you get after tying a knot. So you are going to reinforce it by passing the fishing line on the down part round your bead in this direction. I'm reinforcing it. You're going to be stabilizing it with your hands for now because it's not stable yet. So by the time you give it second tie, it will be stable. So I'm going to pass So I'm going to tie the second knot. It's the second time I'm knotting it. I'm tying a knot. It's more stabilized now. You can see the way they are sitting now. They are sitting now. They are sitting. Depends on what you want. You can make it to sit this way, but as time goes on, it will sit the way I want it. So the next step now is to introduce my rows. So I'm going to put the rows inside the bead. Then I'm going to sew through by using the 2 perforated holes on the rows. I'm going to sew through. When I'm entering the rows, I'm going to come up a little bit to the body of the rows. I'm going to come up this way. So I'm going to sew through the hole of the rows. Going to make sure that your fishing line is not hang in between any of the bead. So this, you can see how the fishing line is holding it. So going to pull your fishing line so that it will be able to sit. You can see the way it's sitting. So I'm going next to the second one. Introduce my rows this way. Then I'm going to go to the next one. Introduce my rows. Introduce my rows. Introduce my rows and go further this way. I'm going to pick the next rows. Enter the, so I've introduced my rows in the bead. So now I'm going to pull the fishing line in such a way that it will bring all the bead together this way. So I'm going to reinforce the fishing line by passing through the whole of the rows one more time. So I'm going to repeat the same passing. Make sure you enter the eyes, the whole of the rows on both sides, so that it will hold the rows firmly attached to the bead. So enter the rows of the bead. Then I'm going to do that round. So I've passed the beading thread round the rows the second time. So I'm going to tie a knot to make it firmly in place. I'm going to tie a knot. You can see how the knot is bringing them firmly together. So after tying the knot, I'm going to try and bring my fishing line to the edge, that is to the back of my petals this way. So, and here onto the front. going to bring the second one too. Then I'm going to use one rose and cross. So because I want to tie a knot with my crossing, this is the petals that I put in one fishing line. I put the two fishing line out. Then I'm going to tie a knot to make the rose to sit on top of the petals. To make the rose to sit, I'm going to tie a knot. This way. You can see how nicely the rose is sitting. So I'm going to reinforce the knots, the fishing line that I passed through the whole of this rose, like twice or 3 times. So the rose is firmly secure now, both the one at the center and the one I put inside each bead. So I'm going to pass both fishing line down to the bottom of the rose this way. So the two fishing line that I used to attach the rose, they are both down. So this is the same fishing line I'm going to use and install my rose with the bead, with whatever bead I want to attach it to. So you just attach it, you sew in such a way that your fishing line will not be visible. So there's no particular way of doing it. You just use your discretion to do it. You do it neatly and you tie it. You make sure it's firmly secure to your bead jewelry. So you can see how beautiful it's looking. You can see how beautiful it is. So instead of using a costume or brooch, you can make the brooch yourself by using beads and petals or whatever bead you choose to use. So thank you for watching, and I would like you to subscribe to my channel, because according to the analysis on my channel, about like 67% of people that view my channel have not subscribed. So please, by subscribing, you're showing your support. So I solicit for your subscription. Just hit the subscribe button. At times, it will just ask you to sign in to your account so that you'll be able to subscribe. Please do that for me. And if you forget your password to the Google account, it can ask you to reset your password. Kindly do that. That is a way of showing your support so that I will continue to do this video to help others who are not able to go for formal training or who want to use it for personal use, like do it yourself idea. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. To those who have already subscribed, thank you for your support. Thank you for viewing my video at each notification. I appreciate you. May God bless you in a mighty way. Love you all. Bye bye.